All right, everybody, welcome back. I am Laura Ashley Abraham.
And I'm Connie Smock.
And together we are the Michigan Medium Angels. And this is our CNL Good News. So we're bringing you good news throughout this whole time while we're quarantined. And today's topic is things that go bump in the night. All right, Tink.
That sounds scary.
It does, but it's not. That's the good news, okay? It's not scary, okay? I do not like scary things. So trust me, you're not gonna hear scary stuff from me unless it's gonna be helpful, and we're gonna be teaching you different techniques and things that you can do to protect yourself and make sure that there's nothing scary, okay?
I like scary things.
You might hear scary things from Tinkerbell. I have no control over her mouth. I can't help you with that, so good luck. So if you might want to, no, she's good. She's not scary.
I'm not scary, but some things I may say may be a little scary, but not scary really. But go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Exactly, because we know how to protect ourselves and we know how to not be afraid. So I wanted to share this story. I thought it was really cool because I have a client who she called me and she said, you know, I've got to tell you this story because you were in my dream. So she said she was having this dream and she's been having a difficult time in her relationship. So anyway, but she was talking about that she felt she was sleeping, but in her dream she was standing upright. And she felt this energy or presence come in and it didn't feel good. And she felt something go around her wrist. I don't know if it was both wrists or one of her wrists. And it didn't feel good. It felt like something was, you know, tying her up, basically. And then she said that she felt herself start to lift up and levitate off the ground. And it didn't feel good to whatever was lifting her up. And she said in that moment, she couldn't remember what to do. And she called my name and 3 times. And she said, Laura, Laura, Laura. And then she realized that I wasn't there. And then she was trying to figure out what to do. And she called in Archangel Michael. She remembered to call in Archangel Michael. And then he came forward and helped her. And she woke up. And so, which I love that I got to be in her dream. And I told her, I said, well, I was there energetically. I was helping you, I promise. But what part of the dream was about is feeling tied up. Okay, so that's part in her waking life. That's what the meaning of that means. So that may be helpful for somebody else. The levitating part, that it depends how you feel in a dream, if you're flying and you feel free, or if you feel like something's trying to hurt you. So that's how you know if it's good or if it's not good. And if you do have something where you feel it's coming into your dream and it's something negative, definitely call in Archangel Michael. And we're going to give you more steps in the next video, but in this one, I wanted to share. I was telling my client that I felt I was her safe person in the dream, or I was the person she felt connected to reach out to help for. I would be the person she would probably call in real life. And so that's why in her dream I came forward, but also being in a soul family, you're connected. So for me, the other thing too is that when I have had a lot of negative dreams, bad energies trying to hurt me my whole life. So that's why I don't like the negative stuff, but learned how to protect myself and to not feel that, or to work through it if it does happen. So when I was younger, what I would do, and even into recent too, when I would have a dream, I would call my sister's name, and she would appear in my dream and she would be able to help me or save me. And when I realized I had control over what to do, that was when I recognized that you can call in Archangel Michael, you can call in your guides to help you, and they will. And a lot of times I'm like, okay, wake up, wake up, wake up. You know, those dreams where you feel like you can't wake up. You can, and just call in Archangel Michael, call in your angels. It may take a few moments or a few times of calling them in, because your fear can be very strong. So I noticed that for myself. The first few times I called in Archangel Michael, it took a little while, for him to appear, because it was my fear blocking him from being able to come forward. So just remember that, just keep calling his name, call your angels and your guides in, and they will help you and protect you. So, but that was why I appeared in her dream, for her, because she was thinking of me as being her safe person to save her. And I assured her that I was there and I was helping her energetically and from the angelic spirit realm. I helped her. Okay, go ahead, Tink.
No, you did. You probably are the one who prompted her to call Archangel Michael.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is exactly what happened. I love that. I had a very similar dream years ago where I was in my mom's house up north, and there is a lot of spirit activity up there. There's whole kinds of stuff going on up there. But
oh yeah, okay. And here's the caveat. Okay. Ready for this one? Go ahead, Tink. Your story.
Which one?
Is this a scary one?
Oh, my caveat. Yes. No, it's not any more scary than what you just said.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Just FYI, okay? If you get scared easily, just giving you a heads up. First time you told the story, I was like, oh my God.
Wait, which one? Is this the one? Well, oh, that one. No, yeah, that one was funny. I will share that one too. But this one, and I think I did share that, but we'll share it again because it is kind of funny. This one was at my mom's house up north, and basically I had gone in, I could feel where the spirits were, and I would run past the room, like, because this is in my dream, because I could feel that there was a spirit there and it didn't feel good. So I'd walked into a room and there was nothing in there. It was completely empty. Well, as I walked in the room, the door slammed behind me. And yeah, and I was like, oh boy, now it's like, uh-oh. And then something grabbed my neck and threw me up against the wall. And I was I couldn't touch the ground. Like, it had me by my neck and was strangling me. And I remember thinking, how am I going to get out of this? And I did the same thing. And the interesting thing is I called his name 3 times. I said, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. And the third time, it dropped me and I woke up. So here's the thing about this. If you're dreaming about stuff like that, you are most likely experiencing, there's a few things about this. There's so many aspects, but the quickest way I can say this is you are experiencing some sort of negative energy, whether it's, I could feel it. It felt real, so real. I still remember that feeling till this day of it being around my neck. The other thing too is there's always, whatever's in your outer world matches your inner world and vice versa. So where in me was I feeling like something was choking me, or was I feeling like just suffocated or whatever? Because your feelings, whatever you're giving off, you're creating that experience around you. It's like a mirror. So it's always good to look at both. It's not anything to fear. It really isn't. It's really to look at where in my life, like, where am I drawing in this negativity? Obviously right now there's so much fear. That's a way that draws in negativity. But again, we don't want it stored here. So, and I love the fact that you were in her dream, and about safe people too. That's another interesting aspect of that. But the dream, this wasn't actually a dream. This actually happened. I was growing up. I was a kid, and I had seen something go up the stairs, like it was a spirit. Well, I took off running after it, and I came back down. My mom said, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And I said, "Well, didn't you see that headless person running up the stairs or going up the stairs?" She's like, "No." She goes, "But I'm more concerned that you actually ran after it." And I said, "Of course, because it was going in my bedroom. Like, seriously, it was going in my room. And I know what, nope, homie doesn't play those games. You are not going in my room." So literally I was running up after it because I wanted to see where it was going to go. What was it going to do? But that when you don't fear it, it can't touch you. Mm-hmm. They can't touch you because energy feeds on fear. So if you are feeling fearful of something negative, you're giving it energy. You're giving it life. The best thing to do is like what I did. You're not coming in my house. This is my house. That's my room. You're not coming in my room. Nope. You must go. Anything negative, you must go. You are not welcome. So we're going to talk more about how to do that next time and what to do. Anyway, go ahead, Twink.
That was amazing. And I really feel like the 3 times or calling an angel out is that has something to do with it, the number, because that happened to me also. I had many, many dreams like what you just talked about. They would grab me and throw me up against the wall, and I would feel them coming up like behind me. I could, it's that horrible feeling. And I know that they're trying to kill me. That's their whole intention. That's what they want to do. They do not want me to be here. They're really trying to take my energy out of my body. So I would feel them, this, like, I can't explain it other than dread, complete dread, and just trying to like suck that energy out. And I remember them sucking me, or trying to suck me through like these vents, like out of the wall. I don't know how, anyway. But once I realized, like Connie said too, is you have the power and the control, and they can't hurt you because you really do have free will. It's you taking your power back and recognizing, oh, okay, they cannot hurt you. Really, truly, they cannot hurt you if you know you have the power. They're trying to get you to think you don't by making you feel that scared feeling. But once you realize you do, and you're like, oh, hell no, like Connie did, and you run after it, and you're like, yeah, see, that will shift the energy and change it. So you definitely don't have to be afraid of it, but you do have to figure out, I felt very out of control when I was younger. So that's why I had a lot of those dreams. I didn't feel like I had the power. I didn't feel like I could change my circumstances or my situation. And that is at different times in my life that those kind of dreams will come forward now, but very rarely do they happen. And when they do, I know what steps I need to take to shift that and to change that and to get that power back, to get your control back. Yeah, that was good. Thanks, Tink.
No, thank you. Absolutely. So here's the other thing too, about the things that go bump in the night, because I'm getting a lot of calls. I just got something on Facebook about, I'm seeing more paranormal activity, or I'm seeing things are happening in the house. I'm hearing noises or footsteps or voices, or I'm feeling this horrible feeling. So there's a lot with that right now, because the first thing is, you most likely will experience more activity in your house because you're home more. Okay, you're going to notice it more. Your senses, because most people are in solitude. When you go within and you're in solitude, you actually are able to, your senses get heightened because you're focused more on your senses, and you're slowing down. You're not running here, running there, taking the kids here, doing this. You're still doing stuff at the house, but it's different. So you may experience more activity than normal during these times. Plus, anytime there's a change, especially something significant, if you're remodeling your house, remember, everything's energy. So if you're pulling up carpeting, or you're moving things around and you're doing stuff, you are creating change, and energy then will shift and change, and you may start to see more activity with that, especially because a lot of that stuff has been in there for years and decades. So when you start pulling stuff up and ripping stuff out or changing stuff, all those energies are coming out, which creates more paranormal activity too. If people who are pregnant, any changes like that, significant divorce, marriage, all those changes can create more paranormal activity. So keep that in mind too. Go ahead, Twink.
No, that's it. We're going to share tips and tools on our next video about how you can help that, but it really is about just shifting the energy and not being afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the things that go bump in the night, because they're actually helping you in a way to bring forward things that you need to see, something that you need to look at, something that you don't want to see during the day. Obviously, isn't that interesting? Something you don't want to see during the day. So it's like, okay, we're going to come at night and get you to force you to see something that you don't want to, or to force you to look at something, or to acknowledge that there is a fear, there's an underlier, and you want to take a look at that. You want to figure out where it's coming from.
That is a great point. And that is a lot of, remember, as within, so without, and vice versa. So that's exactly what's happening. And when we were at our old house, there was something really negative there. It was like my house before this one. It was really bad. And it was always in the kids' room too, for whatever reason, which I did not like. But at that point, I didn't know how to get rid of it. I didn't know what it was. But I
I'm
remember
sorry. How did you know it was negative? I'm sorry. How
I
did you know
could,
it was in the
I
kitchen?
could feel it. I could just feel it wasn't good. I could feel feeling where it's a little different than if it's a loved one, you feel more warm, or you might feel like, oh, you feel comforted. This was not a good feeling. I could just feel it. And it did some horrible things. This is probably a whole nother, I'll try to do this quickly. One of the things, that it did is I was in the kids' room and I was cleaning, and they had one of those little Tykes plastic vacuum cleaner things. Well, it was upright. I literally was doing something over here. It slid across the floor on its own. And usually when it has that much energy and it's like that, they're trying to scare you. This isn't something where they're moving something or they're walking. That was trying to scare me. But it totally ticked me off because it was in the kids' room. So I was like, oh no, you are not allowed here. You get the heck out of here. I don't care what it is, but I know this isn't for, you need to go. Like, I was so furious. And it's funny because my mom used to always say, if you have that much energy and you're moving stuff, pick up a broom or a vacuum, and you know what? Start dusting, do stuff around it. You got to earn your keep. If you're going to be hanging around, earn your keep, right? You don't need to be doing stuff like that. So there's different things. But what really did it, I was taking a shower downstairs. That's where I really felt a lot of it. I could always pass by this one spot and I could always smell like an old cigar. It reminded me of and not that cigars are dirty old men, but for whatever reason, I had that feeling of that old style, like that cheap cigar. And every time I would pass by this spot right before the bathroom, I could smell it and I knew it. And it would just give you chills. Well, I was in the shower and as I'm taking a shower, I could hear, like, literally they were squeezing the shampoo bottles and squeezing it. Like, I could hear it go, and it was like, you could see it sucking in. I literally was, at this point again, this is probably one of the only times I got pissed, but I also, excuse me for saying that, but I also got a little like, oh my gosh, because I said, what the heck? I literally was like, what are you doing? So I took them out and put them outside the shower because they wouldn't stop. They started doing it again outside of the shower. Like they were squeezing in the bottles. That's when I was like, what the heck? I literally grabbed my towel. I was like, I was furious though, because I said, you are not going to be in the shower with me. Seriously, of all things, you are not taking a shower with me. But I had gone up the stairs. I'm like, you're not going to believe what just happened, because it was so like freaky. But yeah, that was one of the things that was probably the one time that it was borderline where I was a little like, not just because I knew it wasn't good. But yeah, anyway, a long-winded version.
I didn't hear that one before. That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my tick. Those were my ticked off ones where, like, you have gone too far now. They'll do stuff like, normally, like they used to turn the TV on and off, or you'll be in bed and it'll blare the stereo. Like, literally, that's what it would do. It would do stuff like that all the time. So yeah, I know. I know this is funny because there's so much. We should probably do segments just on this. Actually.
Yes.
There's so much with this stuff.
There's another one that I was just thinking when you said that happened to me that I totally forgot about.
Then why don't we do this? Because I have another one too that's funny.
Yeah, let's do it on the next one.
We'll do another one.
Yeah.
I'm going to write it so I don't forget. All right, guys. So we're going to end with this one. So everybody have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, and light. And until the next things that go bump in the night.